Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another time with me on Progressigram. If this is your first time of watching me, welcome to my channel. I don't take it for granted that you're here, but please don't just stop on this video. We want you guys to watch the previous videos, and we also want you guys to subscribe to our channel, leave your comments as well, and share with your friends. To my regulars, thank you so much for coming back to support your girl. You know, I don't take it for granted. So this video will actually be very, very vital and useful to you if you're a parent, or if you're planning to become a parent someday, or if you're a leader or a mentor, or you know, if you have access to people's lives, like I said, people's destinies. This video is actually going to be very useful to you. And I'm not sharing everything I'm sharing here because I have tons and tons of years of experience in parenting or leadership or mentorship. No, in fact, contrary to that, I'm still growing, I'm still new, you know, to all of this. But remember, my channel is all about growing. It's all about, you know, Progressigram, how we are taking the active steps to take for us to keep working in progress, changing work in progress from, okay, just an excuse or a random word, to the active step, action. And for parenting, I would say whatever I share on parenting here today, in as much as I say I'm new to this wood, I would say I'm also sharing certain things I learned from my parents. My parents are people that I should appreciate because their measures of parenting really helped and contributed to how the Lord has also parented me on his own. Yes, the Lord nurtured me on his own as well to be here today to share what I'm sharing today. So without further ado, let's go right into the things we need to share today. First thing I will be sharing about this whole parenting and leadership topic is being a leader and being a parent requires you to unveil your prophetic calling. Yes, I mean, you just have to be a prophetic parent, and you have to be a prophetic leader. It requires you to nurture your prophetic calling. I would put it that way. And why do I say this? Because we have access to people's lives and destiny. We have to be deliberate. Yes, that's the word. We have to be deliberate in our words, in our actions, in even the things we do. Not only the things we do for this, for the followers or for the mentees or for the children, but also the things we do ourselves, for ourselves, which these people are looking at. Especially for children. I'm so particular about children because I know how important it is for you to catch the children young, for you to, you know, help them grow, for you to help them, I know how important it is for you to develop these children from a very young age. I know how important it is for you to nurture them, for you to be careful of the things you know, allow and permit around the children. I mean, one thing I'll forever be grateful to, or one thing I know my parents did for me that I'll forever be grateful to, is sending me to a school like Covenant University. Covenant University was a school that, I mean, I'm sure every one of us who are graduates of the school now appreciates the school for the measures that were in place where we're there, even though many of us complained of certain things. I mean, in Covenant University, we weren't allowed access to phones. Why? And how did they know that, you know, there will come a time where this phone will be the thing? You know, and as little as that may sound, or as, you know, myopic, or however it may sound to you, or as weird as it may sound to you, I'll let you know that that actually contributed so much to me in my life. Even with TVs, we didn't have access to TVs except you're in common room. We didn't have access to phones except you used we had pink paid phones. I can't remember what it was called now. We used to queue up to use for us to call our family members. But you know, as little as that sounds, like I was saying, I know the impact it made in my life. And I'm sure flesh and blood did not reveal it to Papa. I'm sure who came up with that particular idea. I'm sure flesh and blood did not reveal it to him, because now I see these phones controlling people. You buy a phone with your own money, but it's the phone controlling you. Every little minute you are trying to scroll, you're trying to find. You're outside by the bus station and everybody's just on their phone. You go out and everybody's just on their phones, and you're like, wow. And I really thank God for that time. Am I saying I'm perfect with the use of my phone now? No, I'm not, because there are times that I even set alarms. Okay, phone time off, phone, switch off phones. But I still find myself going back to attend to this and that. because that's the distraction. And so as little as that, and let me even talk about the TV. I'm not a TV person. And I'm sure Covenant University contributed to that, which I'm grateful to God for. Yes, of course, there are things to learn on the TV. We watch certain things, but I'm not one that would say, oh, I'm glued to this particular series or this and that. Are there times that have actually, yes, there were times, but I know how I feel, because it wasn't already, you know how they say, when you become a Christian, I'm going to tie this with that. Now, when you become a Christian, the nature of Christ becomes your nature. And so there are certain things that when you do them overtly, it's just like, it's not your nature. Your nature is not responding well to it. You just feel like, oh, this is weird. That's how I feel. So I just needed to mention that with Covenant University, that, and to tie it in with parents and with leaders, that there are certain decisions, certain instructions that the Lord would have us, birth from the place of prayer and from the place of His Word over the people who we are mentoring, teaching, and who we are leading. And in this video as well, I'm going to be sharing, especially for parents, some materials that I'm trying to incorporate in my kids' routines. There are lots and lots of resources out there, especially for Christian creatives. There are Christian creatives out there, even some that are just starting out, that you all can purchase their things. We need to be very careful of the things that entertain our kids. Whatever you let entertain your kids, whatever you let entertain yourself, enters you, and that's on that. If you want to find out more on that, come back to my channel for me to teach you on that one. And now to the prophetics, or to the prophetic part of things. You really don't even have to wait until you become responsible for people's lives and destiny for you to awaken the prophetic in you. I'm still growing, guys. Every one of us has been given the assignment to prophesy. If you're a son or a daughter, if you're a man or a woman, we have been given the assignment to prophesy, which means we can't just use words carelessly, which means we can't just say anything with the help of God, which means we can't just do anything. Sometimes you're prophesying by your actions, your body language. Yes. Why am I saying we've all been called to prophesy? In Joel 2:28, I believe, it says, and it shall come to pass afterwards that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. So long as you have the Spirit of God in you, as the son and daughter, you've been called to prophesy. Prophesy in your words, in your actions, in your instructions over people, and over yourself first, and over people. And that is why when you become a parent, especially, it makes you even more conscious of you living prophetically. It makes you more conscious of making every day a prophetic day for you, for yourself, and that's an assignment. I'll tie this with something that happened on my children's birthday, on my girl's birthday. We had their birthday party sometime in September. One is August and one is September. One was born in August and one, the older one, in September. So we did their birthdays together in September. And I'm saying this because we can't parent by ourselves. When we say you're parenting prophetically, or you're living prophetically, or you're leading prophetically, when we say things like that, it means that you're relying upon the Spirit of the Lord. Because remember what the verse said. The verse says, I'll pour out my Spirit. So you're not relying on your flesh to make decisions. The decisions you're making for these children, you are prayerfully making these decisions. For leaders, you're not just saying because you feel this person can sing, now go and worship. Because you feel, oh, you are you always come to church every time, now you go and start leading prayers here. You're not basing it off what you're seeing. You're not basing it off the flesh of what your physical self is seeing. You need to base it off what you're sensing spiritually when it comes to leadership, parenting, and mentorship. And that's why I'm tying this with just giving you an example of what happened on their birthday. And so I was there, wondering what color. I wanted to get colors for the girls, colors of their dresses. And I needed to get them online, because here in Canada, like shopping, you all know how it is when it comes to shopping in Canada. And so I needed to get them like fancy dresses for their birthdays. And I mean, I didn't have anybody coming from Nigeria for me to help get it. My mom wasn't coming at that time. My mom was to come in November. And so I had just a very short time. And then I was there trying to get colors for them. For my first daughter though, because she's 3 now, and I mean, we've grown with her over the years, and then so I've been able to recognize the colors that fit well with her tone, you know. Also with the help of God, honestly, I would say I don't rely on my knowledge or myself when it comes to parenting, when it comes to, you know, assignments of the Lord, because this is an assignment the Lord has given me. It's a ministry, right? So I don't rely on myself. And so before, for my younger daughter though, because she was just turning 1, and so we're just learning to observe her, you know, and her colors and the likes. And then I wasn't sure what color to get for her, but then I know she's so drawn to orange. We had, I think that particular day I settled for orange was the day they were playing with some balls, and then I noticed she was always going towards the orange ball. And this is why, as a parent as well, you have to have time to, you know, be around these children to know. I know the Western world is trying to drift us away from our kids. Don't let them do that to you. So, and I paid attention, and I saw that, okay, she was drawn to the orange. I'm like, okay, Holy Spirit, is she telling me something here? And then I settled for orange. And mind you, for her age, when I wanted to get the dress in her age, I guess it was majorly the orange and maybe the lilac and the black. There were very few colors left that the orange one was the only option for me to go for her. And yeah, I got the orange and the lilac for them. Guess what happened? These are the dresses. If you've seen pictures, I'm sure you'd have seen it. So these are the dresses, right? And then the next day, while we were unpacking their gifts, my sister calls on me and says, Abby, you need to see something. Did you tell people the colors the girls are putting on? I'm like, no. And then she's like, okay, come downstairs, come see something. And then I get downstairs, and then I see this. And then I see this. So you see how God is quite intentional. When we have questions as little as should they attend this school, should they go out today, I'm learning it now. As little as what meals child A, daughter A, does she prefer this meal? Daughter B, should I give her this drink? You know, as little as that, the Lord is actually ready to speak if we're ready to tune in. I mean, just look at this. Zoe and my sister Sharon had unpacked the gifts before I got downstairs. So I wasn't sure who even got this for them, for me to say, and maybe this is something. I'm going to send it to all our guests at the party for them to, you know, acknowledge who sent the lunch packs for them. Because I was actually supposed to get Zabel our own lunch pack. And Zoe was supposed to be starting school. No, she already started. Oh, she was supposed to be starting in September, actually. And then I was thinking, oh, I didn't want her to use our old lunch box because she had outgrown it. You know, it was when she was quite younger. And so the summary of it, someone got the exact colors, pointing me to the direction of what the Lord was telling me. And so the summary of it again for you all is, pay attention to the Holy Spirit. He's ready to parent with us. And this is a reminder for me as well that when I watch this, Abiola, you can't do this by yourself, because we are called to prophesy, and we can't prophesy without the Spirit of the Lord in us. We are called to parent prophetically. We are called to lead and live prophetically, and we can't do this by ourselves. So that's on that. Now I'm going to go ahead to show you guys the materials for parents who are here, who would like to find out some materials to help, you know, in parenting and nurturing their kids. The first one I have here is one of my friends. We schooled here in Canada together. That's Abisola. She's Pastor Mrs. Abisola Olabisi, and it's this life pack. If you've not gotten yours, you need to get it. I hope you guys can see it. If you've not gotten it, you need to get it. I won't show you guys what it's all about. I won't be showing you guys each of these things because I want you guys to go get it yourself. Or better still, you can find her on Instagram, Life Pack. You can find them on Instagram. I think she has her Instagram. Well, if it's not here, I'm going to leave a link to it in the description box. You need to get this for your kids. You need to get this for your kids. You need to get this for your kids. There are cards. I said I wasn't going to show you guys, but it's okay. Let me just show you guys. Let me just let you guys peek to see their affirmations for your kids. The verses and affirmations for your kids. You want them to get this. You want them to have this. They can use it daily, they can use it weekly, however, but you need this for your kids. My girls love it, especially Zoe. Oh my goodness, she loves this. The second one I have here is by one of my mentors. Husband and wife, they are my mentor. They are our mentors, both my husband and I's mentors. So this is from Apostle Ebenezer Gabriels and Pastor Abigail Gabriels. So this is activating your prophetic senses for your kids, because you want them to also be growing prophetically as you're growing. That way you do less work. Why? Because the Spirit of the Lord is in them. Whatever you tell them, they are able to pick faster. So this is something, and she's going to be having a conversation with us very soon by God's grace. So watch out for that. Watch out. The one I have here for us is one I also really love so much. It's one for especially for people from Nigeria, from the Yoruba culture. You guys are gonna love this one. And for people who actually want their children to learn Yoruba language, you're gonna love this. And if you're following us on YouTube, you already know that one of the things we want to be doing on YouTube is Yoruba shows for kids. If you're following us on Instagram as well, Tap Kiddies Academy or Tap Kiddies Show on YouTube and on Instagram, please follow us and support our channel as well. So this is the I Speak Yoruba book, and it's a repeat after me kind of book because it has the sound. So it's going to repeat the words in Yoruba for the kids to learn. It's a good one. You want to get it for your kids. It's a good one. Then the last one for you here today, I will try and be doing more of this. But then the last one we have here today is one I really love so much. My heart is so much in this book. And I should show you guys already. Last but not the least is the My I5 Power Praise book by Tap Kiddies Academy. And yeah, My I5 Power Praise by Tap Kiddies Academy. I love this book so much, and if you're following us on Tap Kiddies Show, you already know some of the songs. And what better way do you want to have it than have this book go with your kids everywhere? This is a spirit-filled book. It was better from the place of prayer. I can tell you that, so sure of that. You want your children to carry the presence of God everywhere. This book is going to be singing along with them. In this book, they're going to play it, and then, can you hear that? Sing along with the kids. It will. This is one book. Can you hear that? So this is one book you want to get for the kids. This is one book you want to get for the kids. I'm gonna leave it. Who is the salt of the earth? I am. Who is the light of the world? I am. Who is the salt of the earth? I am. Jesus made me the light of the world. You want your kids to take this book everywhere they go. You want them to, instead of you playing Coco Melon, instead of you taking their gadgets with them everywhere they need to go, let them take this book everywhere they need to go. I mean, that's, it's going to bet something for them. It's going to bet something in you as their parents and in your own. I'm going to leave a link to how we can all get all these books, all these materials, so that you can start purchasing for your kids. And I'm sure that we're going to be blessed by this. Please don't forget to share this particular video with as many people. Share with people in your churches. Share with people in your schools, in your place of work. Share with as many people who are intentional about parenting, about leading destinies, about birthing the greatness the Lord has, deposited in people's lives. And I hope to see you guys on my next episode by God's grace. Till then, stay blessed, take care, and keep progressing.